That's my thing. The rest of that's y'all or somebody else. That's what Lynn said today. June is gonna be busy. Okay, we're live.
This is Q&A. This is
We're live.
all righty. We're live on YouTube. Everything you do and say will be held in perpetuity. I'd like to call the meeting to order. All of the aldermen are present, along with our attorney Rocky Eden and our clerk Melissa Martin. You know, I should say your name first sometimes.
You don't even have to
I'll
mention
do that
me.
next meeting. Y'all stay tuned.
I'm a silent
We'll
partner.
say there, and then we'll go here. But anyway, if I could have Alderman Craig Strickland lead us in the prayer and the pledge.
Heavenly Father, we are ever grateful for this time as legislators to come in front of you and make decisions. Help us to make the right decisions that you would have us make on a daily basis. I ask that you guide our citizens and take them home safely and help the people of the city come to you and to know you in a way that only you can show us. In your name I pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I put bullet. I thought you were going to
So
get
we
bullet.
got to add these two, and we'll probably get Drew to do that.
Well, you don't have to. You just need to say there's a request to do it. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda with these two additions?
Hey, looking for a motion to adopt the agenda with the additions of, so what you sent out was through 32, right?
Mhm.
With the additions of number 33 and number 34 under orders and ordinances. One is a request to review ordinances amending section 510.00 of the subdivision regulations requiring sewer cutoff valves for subdivisions not on city water. And number 34 is request to review revision to code section 34.87 requiring a sewer cutoff valve for new develops not on city water. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alrighty, is there a motion to accept the consent agendas number 1, 2, and 3?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey, public comment. Come on up, Dr. Malden. And okay, good. Y'all were here. I was looking back there. They're going to give you your first question or answer your first question. Go ahead.
Oh, good. Well, my first question, and thank you for allowing me to speak, is to ask about the progress along the fluoridation.
Let
of
me
the water
add,
system of Pebbles.
before y'all add that, actually, this is perfect timing. As I should say, I didn't say many, some of y'all know, we had to do a standpipe painting operation, which took one of our tanks offline. That process, 2 tanks offline, and thank you, and took them offline, and they are just now fixing to come back on board, which will allow me to point to Matt and say that will set us up to on the water side, which then on the fluoridation side.
That's the week after next.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, the water side samples just passed today. So
We did have some trouble though getting our getting the machinery for. We got the fluoride.
yes,
And the machinery was a little bit of a delay, but it was perfect timing. We weren't, while the tank was off, gonna put the fluoride in. So now we'll be able to do that with the us back at full capacity, I
yeah.
guess.
So tomorrow we'll start kicking all the pumps back on and plant A and plant B. So everything should start running back on. We're gonna give it a couple of days to see, and then week after next should be when he's coming up. He's got everything down there.
Okay.
So should be the week after next.
I don't know why you came tonight, but it was perfect timing.
Well, it was.
Well, last week I would have said
providential.
it's the tank's off. We're waiting for that to happen. I'm not sure when it's going to come online. Well, now we can tell you that all that's fixed to come back online. But you got something else you're dealing with too
I do.
that we've
I do.
talked about.
But I also have another issue with Matt.
Oh, go ahead.
Matt, I have a house that's out on Old Richmond Road,
Yes.
and the water meter for my house, which is Barrontown, is about 100 yards and on somebody else's property that serves my house.
Yeah. That's,
And
That's Barron Town's water.
Yes, but everybody beyond me, except for me, isn't, their meter isn't on somebody else's property, and it's not away from the house, and everybody around me is Pedal Water.
Yeah, if you're on Barron Town water, there's nothing I can do with that. You'd have to contact Barron Town for their water meter. Yeah, I can't go and move theirs.
Okay, so I begin by contacting Marintown?
Yes, ma'am. I got a contact for you.
Yes, I will want that, but you don't do it right now. Yes, I have one other issue, and that is the fact that, as you know, I have bought up about 25 houses more or less in the city of Petal. And I have been very busy trying to bring them up to what is a reasonable safety code, making sure that we're using the proper electricians, the proper plumbing, and all of that. And I've run into a complete blocked wall. And it comes down to the fact that when I bought the latest property, which is on West Cherry, it had been gutted down to the studs. And the windows were still covered in tin. They were non-operable. So my partner and I removed the rotten windows, and the windows that we could, we replaced. The windows where we felt that the whole wall was rotten, which was on the north side of that house, we put in brand new 2x4s so that we could build a proper wall. We also took out the 12-2, which should only run lights, and it was what ran through the wall. So we put in 14-2. The footprint is exactly the same. We didn't add anything. We didn't detract anything. All the rooms have the same purpose. It's a repair. But because we didn't move any walls, we haven't added any walls. All we've done is fix what's there.
Are you moving, and this may be somebody else, like a bathroom or a kitchen from one section to another section or any of that?
No,
Okay.
the kitchen is where the kitchen is, and it's got 2 bathrooms. The bathroom and the bathroom.
Wasn't the
both
windows
right where
or the
bathrooms
windows
are.
were, is that what was a hang up? Was the windows?
It was the windows, because we took out the rotten windows and we went back with the original siding. As a matter of fact, we used 105 board, and we bought what we needed, extra board, to fill in where the windows had been. And now it's all 105 board, but that's the board that was the original siding that had been used on the house. Okay, so I was asked to please produce architectural drawings so that I could remove these windows. So I wanted to bring it to your attention that that's not what this code says. It says any object that requires removing, adding, or moving walls or doors is considered a remodel. I think it's a matter of communication and definition. However, if you can tell me an architect that works in Petal, I'll be glad for them to work on my project, but we don't have an architect in Petal. We have Kevin Lewis, and Kevin Lewis doesn't do anything this small.
And you're dealing with Craig, right?
I
Just
am.
to let them.
So I'm just letting you know, I ran into a major brick wall. The other thing is, he was dissatisfied with my architectural drawings, which I did myself to scale, but I didn't put exhaust fans because I wasn't putting new exhaust fans. These were existing exhaust fans. I didn't know that I needed to put in what we weren't changing.
Mm.
So I put in what we changed as far as, and I've got bonded people here in Petal doing my work, my electrician and my plumber. But I've run into a complete blank wall, and they demanded a rework of these so I could put in where the exhaust fans were. Okay, that was my mistake. I didn't think, since I wasn't touching them, that it was gonna be a deal.
Craig's got this in his possession right now, right?
Yes.
That's Craig,
but no,
or I guess you
Amy-
turned it into Amy.
I turned it into Amy's office,
Okay.
and now.
And then
it's
they
on-
get it. Or is it Bill?
Bill does plan review.
Okay.
And he did a plan review, and he said, because I've not put the exhaust fans down, I need to wait 2 more weeks to get back to plan. 7 to 10 days is what I was
Every
told,
time
and I
you-
turned it in Friday, so that means
2 weeks
whenever.
and then, yeah.
So I had to shut my job down. But I'm telling you, if you had a broken window tomorrow and you had to take that window out, you're gonna have to produce one of these.
I understand. I know that.
And I
um,
think that's excessive.
Part of it is from the 2018 International Building Code. I'm not going to say anything negative about the chief. Are you back there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, chief, both chiefs are back there, so I know I'm good. Oh, there, I see, yeah, see, because I messed with Chief Hendry about the International Building Code at some point or another, and I know there's always a reason behind that, but obviously we want to streamline.
But I think I'm
this.
being held to a standard that's a
Yeah.
bit stringent as far as A, past performance, B.
Yeah.
I'm hiring.
And that's true,
bonded
that's true.
people.
We want to
I'm only trying to do what's right by changing out what was the wrong
bad
wire
stuff for
for
good
the
stuff.
right wire. They went
Yeah.
through the same holes. We're not remodeling, we're repairing. And I think it's a matter of semantics, but I'm being held to this and it's really shutting down the job.
Amy, Bill he's looked at this. Okay. Anything to add, I guess?
He has them, Craig said that the laundry room was relocated. And then the windows are for ingress and egress, they have to be a certain size.
And they match that. They are, because we didn't change the dimension. We just put double paned windows instead of single paned windows.
Okay.
I think he might have also marked like GFCI outlets.
And that was my mistake on the plan. They are GFIC or GFCI
Seems
because
so
I
easy to
hired
hear,
the
yeah.
bonded person. He knows that. I know that. I didn't know the code
Add it
on
on
which
there.
to put on the plan, so I apologize for
Do-
that.
Duly noted. I appreciate you coming. Obviously, we want
So I
more
just
people
want
that
you
do it
to
the right
believe-
way.
Yeah, we all want to do the right job
Yeah.
the right way, and I want you to understand though, perhaps the interpretation of this might be a little bit strong.
And we need our entrepreneurs and folks that want to invest to find a space to make money as well when it's all said and done to incentivize that. So I'll have those conversations
Mostly we
internally.
want people to obey by the rules.
Yeah.
And when we obey by the rules, you gotta be able to move ahead.
It does, and I talked with somebody recently about that. It sounds like, what is it? You get a little more punished if you come forward and I get that. We can't be everywhere when it comes from a code standpoint, but anyway.
Right.
Barbara,
appreciate-
did you take over the building if somebody else had started renovation?
Somebody had gutted it, and to be frank, I'm not sure who that might have been.
Okay.
I don't think they were building it per se. I think they were just with the idea they would do that. But, it went through an estate sale,
Okay,
and I ended up picking it up through an estate sale, and that's how I ended up with the building. But like I said, there was no wall covering in there, except in two rooms, there was paneling, and the paneling had been put over sheetrock.
I'm just curious as to if somebody started it, there wouldn't be a set of plans somewhere
Well,
or what they were doing. You have the plans. I'm just wondering if there wasn't a set of plans out there somewhere.
I never seen any if there are. There might be, I don't know.
Okay, and we don't know how long it sat there like that.
Right. Let me mention the guy across the street still has a Tartolio in his house, which has been there since 2014.
Mhm.
So if you're looking for somebody to go after, maybe it'd be somebody on West Cherry that's not at my address. Yes,
You said you did those plans yourself?
I did.
That's admirable. I mean, I think that's business friendly if we let investors and people do their own plans. So I appreciate our building department having that. Like sometimes, I mean, why go to, I know there's professionals that we need to do at certain levels at certain times, but it's admirable. And I appreciate the building department letting us work at this level and having a entrepreneur not have to, jump through 16,000 hoops to get an architecturally stamped plans to do what we're doing. So, and thank you, Amy, I didn't realize that was within our scope, left, right limit. So I mean, that's business friendly.
To be frank, 2 years ago, I was told, just draw out kind of what you want with the dimensions is what you want on a
My
floor
new
plan.
job now, you're
And we-
retired.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm trying to demonstrate I can pull out, but anyway, that's what I was told. It's on the back of the napkin, it'll be fine. And now we have to have somebody who's official and can stamp it and staple it.
And some of that stuff has changed as it's a
Well,
moving
and I can
target.
understand,
It's a moving target on some of that stuff.
a lot of stuff. Well, anyway, I just want to bring it to your
Cool. All right.
attention.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Dr.
very
Mullen.
much for your attention.
Hey, Miss Buckley, come on up here. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you again.
All right.
What you trying to do? We're trying to have a festival?
Yes, we want to have a back to school festival on June the 29th. And we just pretty much, we can get, I guess with Chief again, just to close off right behind our building.
Over there on Morris Street, or is it? That's
On Morris
Ford.
Street, right by the post office.
Morris and Ford, you're on
Yeah.
Ford's on the other side of you.
But
isn't
it'll
it?
be on the Morris side.
Okay.
We
y'all
don't
do-
need the whole street.
You've done it before, haven't you?
Yeah, we did it last
Okay.
year, in October. This time doing it June 29th for like a back to school. We're trying to give away school supplies. I got,
Okay.
some of the vendors bringing school supplies to,
Good.
give out to the children.
Gonna do it on a Saturday.
It's a Saturday from 10 to 3.
Chief, any problems
No, sir.
wherever you're at?
Motion.
Okay.
I thought I recognized her.
Yeah, his daughter goes to the school, so
Ah,
I'm pretty sure
cool.
she'll stay on.
Say no, Ken.
Good deal. Yeah, I don't even think that would require a vote, as long as you just take it up with chief. I think that's how we handled it last time
Yes,
and organize it from that standpoint.
okay. And it turned out really good last time.
Awesome, good.
People came out
Good.
to the festival, so, it was really good. We brought little people into the federal area from Summerall and all different counties, so,
Awesome.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good deal. Thanks for stopping. Call if you need anything. Hey, Jamie Still, come on up here.
Good evening. I'll make this short tonight. I just wanted to come before you all and update you on things happening at 106 Cedar Street from the neighboring residents' perspective. Since the last board meeting, I've reached out to my representative, Alderman Lott, who did respond to me, which I greatly appreciate. But he basically referred me to Amy Heath at the building department. I attempted to contact Amy Heath to address my concerns, and she told me that she was not to talk to me because of threatened litigation. So I am standing here before you just as a concerned citizen who is not getting no answers from anyone in the city. I do not know how or if at all my concerns are being addressed by the city. I do not even know the intended use of the building, something I thought had to be established prior to building plans being approved. It is my understanding that when a non-conforming structure is being rebuilt, that normally building plans are submitted to the building department, then sent to the planning commission for their recommendation, and then ultimately back to the board to vote on each specific variance as to whether or not you guys are going to allow it. Is that process going to be carried out? If no buffer zone requirements are going to be met, or there are other fire safety building regulations the owner is following, is adequate fencing part of the building plan? I would greatly appreciate a response to my concerns from the city.
We have no further comment. Thank you.
I did not realize that when one party threatens litigation, the other party involved is completely ignored. I do not think that this seems ethical or lawful. Thank you for your time.
Alrighty, under proclamations and resolutions. And let me get my glasses. Number 4, request to adopt a proclamation observing Law Enforcement Week, May 10th through the 16th, 2024. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That will be an event that I'm always honored to go to with our police department. It's Wednesday, the 15th, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Okay, at 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's always a solemn ceremony. Us, Lamar County, Hattiesburg, and Forest County as well. So anyway, the public is invited. So no bids, no quotes, old business under general business. Number 5, request to advertise for and make final payment to Grady Crawford Construction in the amount of $49,911.02 for Eastover Sewer per SDW recommendations.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Number 6, request to advertise for and make final payment to CB Developers in the amount of $58,518.98 for Dawson Cutoff Sewer per SDW.
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Well, glad to get that. That is part of, we were waiting for the billing a little bit longer, like the work had been done, waiting for the billing so we can get reimbursed on the MCWI side, which is the state reimbursement program. But, trying to make sure Melissa gets all our money. Number 7, request to pay estimate number 2 in the amount of $44,887.50 to Stevens TPS Inc. for standpipe painting per Shaw's Dearman and Waits. Is there a second? All in favor? That was what we had talked about earlier, the standpipe. And unfortunately, it was something that we had to do way sooner than we ever should have because of some shoddy work in the past. Long story, but anyway, it is what it is. Number 8, request to deny zoning change for C2 to R1 for property located at 58 City Barn Loop per the Planning Commission's recommendation. Is there a motion? Is there a second for discussion?
Second.
Is there anyone here for that property? Hey, come on up. Hey, man, how you doing today? Hey, what's your name?
Bruce.
Bruce, okay. What are you trying to do? This was one thing, and how long have you guys lived there?
Going on 2 years.
Okay, and you purchased a property, and I guess it was one of those, is Amy here? It was kind of one of those that had been in a gap and just was zoned a different way than what the use actually was for, right?
Well, can I speak?
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
My name's Jerry Newberry.
Yeah.
I own property around the city barn loop,
Mhm.
from front to the back, all the way back to
Ah,
Highway.
cool.
I own more than the city of Pebble.
Yeah.
I own this property that he owns.
Okay.
I bought that property to improve it and
Mm.
make more money.
Yeah.
I own a lot of property through there.
Mm.
My son-in-law was in the military. He's going to retire military. He's married to my daughter. Well, I'm out there cleaning it up after I bought it this time. And he said he wanted to buy it because he's going to retire. In the meantime, after all this, I sold it to him. And he and my daughter had problems. They had a divorce. So she got it in the divorce. So it belonged to her.
Mhm.
She had homestead on it, the whole 9 yards.
Oh,
It's
wow.
commercial property. It's in a commercial property area, but it's residential, 100% residential.
Who,
It's in commercial property.
what was the last time that you had homestead on it?
What would you
Several-
say about
2 years.
2 or 3 years ago? So within the last 5 years, it had homestead. Okay.
Okay. Well, she sold the house and building to him.
Okay.
Okay. He's got a military man. He's got several kids. He's got about 4 bathrooms in it, 4 bedrooms in it, 2 bathrooms, 2 car garage in there. He really wants to buy this piece of property because he wants to bring his family to the city of Pebble.
Yeah.
He's trying to sell it to him. He wants to buy it. But the bank's saying it's in commercial property.
Not zoned correctly.
Okay, I go to the courthouse first part of last week. And I talked to Mr. Ryan, which I've done business with him for years.
Mhm.
And he asked me what could he do? And I told him what the problem was. I said, doesn't tell you what I was telling you.
Mhm.
And he said, it's residential. He said, even though it's in commercial property, it's residential. And it's gonna stay residential as long as his family lives in that house.
Mhm.
But you can't have a car garage in there and do work on cars. He said, it's gotta be residential.
Mhm.
And he said, I said, this residential right now, it's 2-car garage.
Mhm.
The last people the people that I actually bought it from, they did have a shop in there.
Did they live there as well?
He lived there as well, and then he had a car garage.
Okay.
That's been years ago.
Mhm.
That building's been there before it's ever city of Pebble. That's how old this piece of property is.
Yeah.
All right, I talked to him, and I said, what we're gonna do about this? I said, 'Cause this young man wants to sell it to a military man, the whole 9 yards, for 9 yards. And he said, well, it's plain and simple. It's residential, even though it's in a commercial property. When it comes across my desk, I'm gonna stamp it. It's gonna be residential. And he can get what he needs to do to get going.
So if
Commercial.
if
I'm
this,
not commercial.
so if this gets denied, this seldom happens. What you're telling me?
Uh,
If this gets denied, if the board follows the planning commission's recommendation, then you can't get a loan on the building.
Yes, sir.
Is
So,
that what I'm hearing?
right. The appraisal, I just took a couple snippets. The appraisal said it has to be rezoned in order for me to get a loan for it.
Okay.
And then, for the estimate of the contractor, Mr. Brian, contractor, City of Petal, 29,500 of all things to get it up to fire safety code and stuff like that, adding windows and whatnot. But, yeah, but all that's on hold until we can get it, rezoned.
It don't have to be
On
rezoned
all
if
the
that's
maps
what
that
it
we
is.
have,
That's
on
what
all
it
the
is.
maps,
It don't
Right.
have to be-
on all
Well-
the maps that we have, it's showing it's D2, even in 96.
Okay.
So
How did a residential building get
Nah.
put on this commercial property?
To what?
How did a residential building get put on this commercial property?
It was there before it was ever really commercial. It was there.
So it's been there a
They call
long,
it the
long
grandfather
time.
law.
And it's over time, people started living in it.
Now, your son-in-law was who? The guy that used to run the wrecker out of there. With this divorce.
Me?
You.
Me?
Yeah. I've been in that shop before. Okay, he towed my car,
Richard Johnson is who I sold it to.
and
Who I sold it
the
to.
one that was divorced, the one that was divorced got the property. That is what.
That's right.
Trying to remember her first name, but don't say it.
The daughter is my daughter.
Okay.
Teresa Lynn.
That's not. Somebody towed my car out of there and I've actually been inside.
I wonder, do I have a grudge?
Well, there's a,
But now, I mean, I worked all my life. I had backhoe service. I worked all over the country and I couldn't make no money, couldn't save no money. And Patrick Hendry's a very close friend of mine. He's passed away right now. He's a big building contractor. And he taught me one day, he said, I went up there to backhoe out to do some digging for him on his property. I'm retired now, don't do that no more, thank God. He told me how to make money. The best thing you can do, if you can make $1,000 this week, don't go put it in the bank.
Mhm.
Take that $1,000 and go buy some more land, buy some more land. At one time, I owned over 100 acres in the city limits of Pelican.
yeah, wow.
Over 100 acres. I'm down now 30 acres.
Amy, let me ask you, if this was to go to R1, are there any other stipulations about upgrades on the building?
What is in the flood zone?
It's in a flood zone.
So that's a whole different,
That's a whole different,
But it's,
he ended up dealing with Bill and Craig at some point.
if they do any remodeling or any
Okay.
renovating or any. of
I'm
that.
just saying, we had to go change the electrical out
So,
or something like that.
And I know I just threw this at you, but I'll bring it up that the possibility of CO might be a solution here because it can be operated as commercial or residential moving forward. And it would definitely help because there's a lot of laws, a lot of ordinances that govern what has to happen adjacent to an R1 and a C properties. And it's a whole bunch of laws that would complicate things moving forward forever. And so I don't know the details on CO, but I know it allows for a commercial property to be lived in. That's about, it would require a little more research on my part and deeper discussions. First I'm hearing from you guys. I apologize for that. But it's a possible solution to consider.
We have several properties there that are residential, lived in, commercial. I think that we've approved through this process. But again, I don't think that satisfies the incoming buyer's issue with a loan or really, again, it's still commercial property, even though it could be lived in as a habited by people. I think Alan Flint's place over here with Nathaniel, that was one we did where it's a commercial property, but you can live in it. That's very similar to what we're talking about. If it's in a flood zone, do you mind me asking, are you using a VA loan?
I am gonna use a VA loan.
All right, you might want to check, the last time I checked, it might be dated that VA does not source loans in flood areas.
Right.
It is. Second.
That's an AE flood zone. So that's the one, that's one of the most restricted areas.
all right. Back to this now. I'm an old man. I've been through all the flood zones, all the flood we had in the city of Petal all my life. The Petal of Mississippi, the Big River is in better shape now than it's ever been in the history of all of our lives. Please, when y'all moved the sewer lagoon from Petal to Hattiesburg, you tore that third bridge down back years ago. They left the levee up. The water come down Leaf River. It couldn't get through because that had it blocked. The next thing had it blocked was the sewer lagoon. All right, they tore the sewer lagoon down as running through the river and put it to Hattiesburg.
But sir, that happened in 1985, and we have information before this board that your property that you're trying to change the zoning on has flooded in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I was in it.
So it did flood in the last 2 years.
At this deep.
So it did
I've
flood.
been there when you could run a motorboat down Highway 11.
Well, yes, sir. I agree that there was a lot of work done in 1985 with U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, and that's why we ship our sewage now to Hattiesburg.
It's in better shape.
There's no question that we're in much better shape than we were in 1985, but it still didn't change the fact that you're in a flood zone and this property is recently flooded.
Yeah, he got it, and that was in 30 years before and years after. That's how long ago it's been when that happened. I've been through all of it.
I thought we just said it flooded in the last 2 years.
No, it ain't
Moving
flooded in
up
2
now?
years.
Didn't I
got a
just hear
cabin-
that?
I got the cabin down there. It ain't flooded the water in 2 years.
Okay.
No, okay,
Isn't
but
that what's in
anyway,
our packet?
no, it ain't flooded in 2 years. I got a cabin down there right now. Which is beyond the city of Petal property. Okay, but anyway,
Any other questions from the board?
Like I said, in the packet, it's flooded to his knowledge, only flooded, to his knowledge, it only flooded one time in the last 10 years.
yeah. Okay, but before that one come up, it was about 30 years back before we played again. I had 3 commercial buildings down there that had to get up to the benchmark.
So it's flooded since all the Army Corps work in 85.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
The
still
river is in
established
better
base
shape
flood.
right now than it's ever been in our life.
Yeah.
Believe me. I know for a fact. David Cox had a 2-story house north of the highway. Okay, when Evelyn Gandy come through there and built the road down through there, guess what? It went 2 stories. He had 2 steps up the top of his floor of his house. He sold that 2-story house for the first time it's ever been flooded. Evelyn Gandy slowed that water down so we can get on down through here. Sewer lagoon's been removed. The levee's been good. The the first levee, it's been removed. Water scooting through Petal better than it's ever done in the history of the city of Petal.
It's true.
Y'all can believe that now, because I done been in all. I was just a little boy when that first one happened.
All righty, guys, we got a motion, got a second. Any other questions? Obviously, this would be to say no, keep it as C2. As a recommendation from the planning commission. So if we want to do it differently than that, as they say, speak now or forever hold our peace. Okay, we got a motion, got a second. We can get back to that page. Oh, sorry. There's a motion and a second to deny the zoning change from C2 to R1 for property located at 58 City Barn Loop Road. We got a motion, got a second. All in favor of denying the zoning change?
Aye.
All in favor or all opposed, I guess? We got 3 ayes. 4. We're gonna trickle them in or what's going on?
I'm sorry. It's gotta be-
Okay. Any opposed? I guess I should have just said that. Opposed.
Are you opposed to the deny?
Okay. Unfortunately, the board has taken the recommendation of the planning commission. So as we sit here today, it's gonna stay C2, unfortunately. So I know that causes you
If this
some
man buys
heartburn.
that, he got what's the?
I think the biggest problem, I think he could buy it. I think the problem's gonna be the loan.
Okay, well,
And
it's
obviously-
been like that before.
Well,
And there's been 3 different loans on it. I had a loan,
Okay.
Dr. I had a loan, he had a loan.
Well, then that's gonna be between him and his banker.
The man at Forest County, we get out y'all's hair.
Yeah.
He said, when y'all run that across his land, it's Forest County. I'm not Forest County. I'm sorry.
Forest County.
I got all, I'm not good at this. I ain't never been up here in my life and I've been in this.
Hey, you're on YouTube right now too.
Yeah. Anyway, he said when he come across his board,
Mhm.
he's gonna stamp it residential. He can get the everything he needs.
He's not gonna get anything from us.
No, he's gonna stamp it. If he buys that land.
Oh,
all you
okay.
gotta do is go
Put
up
the
there,
property over
and
there.
He's gonna give him everything he needs to do.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's out of our purview.
Yeah.
And obviously,
That's what the man up at Forest County. I mean,
in theory, does that allow, I got probably add some more questions to Amy that I'll ask offline, but anyway. Okay, that's where we're at. If I can help you with anything, let me know. I mean, I'm always available.
okay, thank you.
Good deal. Thanks, gang. Okay, if y'all could, this is a moment where we probably need to have,
If we need to discuss it.
no, not discuss it. This is a totally separate issue, But Paul, I'll shoot this to you.
No.
We need to have music like during these periods of time. It's across the street from that address I just sent you.
Paula.
It's a sewer issue.
Okay, are you gonna do this now? Are you gonna
Hey,
move?
if I could, if the board would indulge me, I would like to go ahead and move up. We got a swearing in to do, and we normally move those to the front. If we could go ahead and tackle number 29, is that all we got to do?
That's the only, that's the
Yeah.
only one.
If we could tackle number 29 and then do the swearing in and take pictures and all that good stuff. Number 29, request to adopt an order hiring Lewis Watson as third-class full-time patrol at a rate of $17.91. Thanks, Chief, for having that an even number per hour effective May 8th, 2024. Is there a motion? Is there a second? All in favor? Okay. This is why we always swear you in afterwards. You never know.
Go up there, your family can stand around.
It's a good place.
We'll get a picture. Let's get a picture of this thing. There, go around.
Good to see you. It's right on that camera right there. Face me. Hold up your right arm and repeat after me. I, Lewis Watson,
I, Lewis Watson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully support
that I will faithfully support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Mississippi,
of the State of Mississippi,
and obey the laws thereof,
and obey the laws thereof,
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
from holding the office
from holding the office
of police officer,
of police officer,
that I will faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
the office
the office
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You got sign right there, and then she'll get taken care of. I want to get a few photographs.
Absolutely.
Good job. Hey, yeah. We should start having a meeting later on, and then we'll just, some of y'all, we don't want some of them in, we'll just check them.
I'm sorry, I made.
Everybody is.
What we.
You're running things
Yeah.
now.
Don't worry.
That's a small message in
Don't worry, that's about the PD budget. Don't worry.
If you can't see me, I can see you. Okay, and hold on. Okay, 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. We have a second camera.
Ooh, and where are we going? It's your dance moves, right?
Yes. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, that cleared the room out, didn't it? Could have done that at the beginning.
I'll be right up. 7 o'clock.
The phone. That'd be all right.
All right, appreciate y'all. Chief, appreciate you. All righty, back to the business at hand. And Melissa's monster meeting that she has for us. Number 10, request to purchase, oh no, wait a second. Number 9, request to terminate employee 21994 in the police department effective immediately. Yes. All in favor? Number 10, request to purchase SCBA face pieces from EEP in the amount of $1,965.06 out of state rebate funds.
We love you, chief.
Is there a second? I knew we were going to see something about state rebates on your last meeting. I knew it. Well, just for one of our first MML meetings, that's what one of the guys up there teaching the class said, you got to watch them firemen now with that state rebate money now. You got to watch them. So James Reynolds used to always give Chief a hard time. But anyway, let's see. We voted on that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Number 11, request to adjust charges billed at 48 Woodland Square as follows. 45-day penalty of $1,015. Garbage late fee, $69.24. Garbage, regular garbage, $482.75. Sewer, $1,187.49. Sewer treatment of $430. Is there, and sewer late fees of $227.70. Is there a motion? There's a second for discussion.
Motion for discussion.
Yeah, this is a instance where we had an old septic tank that finally gave way. We played the waiting game, and it has finally played in our favor. But come to find out, when sewer was added to my neighborhood, there was never a tap put in there for this area. The assumption was always that there was a tap, and a lot of these showed up on billing when Waste Pro took over the billing. So all the stuff that had never showed up all of a sudden started showing up. And this was a case after we had the sewer issue or the septic tank issue over there. We scoped the line and come to find out there's not a tap. There's probably another house or two in my neighborhood that probably just never got a tap. Why didn't they? Well, we weren't here when 2 administrations ago was putting it in. You know, maybe somebody came out there and said some ugly words and they said, just keep going. I don't know. That's probably my assumption on that. But any questions? Obviously, we've got Paula and Matt here. If they have any questions on that.
Let me add something. Whichever you guys made the motion, I'd ask that you amend your motion to include this language, Melissa, that this motion would include a factual determination that the citizen at issue here did not receive the benefit of the garbage and sewer service for the period of time that's covered here. That's all your motion needs to say in addition to what you had. It's just that the citizen didn't get the benefit of the garbage and sewer service for us to be able to adjust charges like that.
That's why we pay for it.
We repoed their garbage can. Oddly enough, there's a vacant lot between myself and another house, and there is a sewer tap there. There is. Yeah, just keep shoving it down.
That Ducker guy.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. So anyway,
So do you amend your motion?
I do to that.
Okay.
did you get that, Melissa?
Mm-hmm. I did.
All right, I got a motion, got a second. All in favor? And he'll come in and pay the monies that he does owe now to get a tap. Number 12, request to adjust water services billed to 424 Old Richardson Road in the amount of $82 due to a leak. Is there a second?
Do they know it's a one-time?
Mm-hmm.
That ain't a big one.
He's
is it?
selling it, so he don't care.
Oh, there you go.
You
I'll
got
be fixing for whoever buys.
Do we have the sound?
Yep. Mm-hmm. We do. In your
got
packet.
There's laughter in the audience.
You do know I inherited that from you.
Yeah.
right?
You gotta watch him, don't you, Steve? Yeah, you gotta watch. Gotta watch
We
Lynn
even
and
called
Melissa.
them.
You never know what Lynn and Melissa are up to. Okay, got a motion, got a second, all in favor? Number 13, request to authorize the mayor to execute establishment of just compensation offers for the Matthews Branch Sidewalk project as follow, and y'all see all the numbers there. So, is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor? And that is going, I mean, the speed of this is going fairly good. So that's good stuff. And appreciate the work Rocky's done on this and Melissa on this. But number 14, request to accept the plans and specifications for water sewer project on EGP North and advertise for bids. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? I will add that we will need to seek a second for real estate issues on for an executive session on some real estate matters. But anyway, what? We're not letting you stay in here. Number 15, request to accept the plans and specifications for Castlewood Sewer Project and advertise for bids. Is there a motion second? All in favor? This is some of the stuff that's flowing through so we can hit the August deadline for MCWI. Number 16, request to set a hearing date of May 28th at 6 p.m. for the property located at 200 Clark Street. All in favor? Number 17, request to approve the docket of claims for the month of April 2024. Motion and second. All in favor? Okay, I'm gonna mispronounce this. Is Amy in here? I was gonna say, no, it's not. Y'all were wrong. Request for Amy Heath to attend BOEM Summer Conference in Gulfport, Mississippi, 6/9 through the 14th, total of 942. That's one of their big meetings. There a motion and second. All in favor? Number 19, request to follow the following to attend ADP Leadership Exchange in Birmingham, the 18th and 20th of September. That's me and Alderwoman Kim Stringer. Is there a motion? There's a second. All in favor? This is an instance where Steve is actually going to go on the county, so we're able to piggyback Kim at a reduced rate. So actually just taking advantage on a trip that she's going to be on.
Okay, you want to go, right?
Well, I was actually trying to see if we could knock.
We could vote no.
I was trying to knock Supervisor Stringer out of the meeting, but you know, some people do not know how I suffer in this occupation, but you know, I do. Oh, he did. I always worry about the people that sit behind the podium. Josh, you're doing better. You're getting
Marion's back there.
moving. Marion's trying to get back there. Yeah, we didn't approve your Kim's going and you're not going now to Birmingham. Awesome. All righty. Number 20, request for city officials to attend annual MML convention in Biloxi, the 23rd to the 24th. Total cost $13.84 plus mileage per person. Okay, and you see all the people that are listed on there.
Plus the deputy clerk. I left
Plus
her
the
off.
deputy clerk. Okay, there's a motion. Is there a second? All in favor? Okay. Request for Rocky Walters to attend ADZAR in Meridian, Mississippi, the 22nd through the 25th. There we go.
That was in April.
There
He's
we
already
go.
been. So
Yeah. You only get away with that, Chief, because it's zero. And we are, hey, correction, we are networking. Hey, you know, you need to go on and read my post. We met with some people that we had net what will more than pay for this meeting down there. No, I'm talking about we got an audit of our franchise fees. We need to talk to them again because Lord knows there's a lot more stuff in the ground now than there used to be. Anyway, got a motion, got a second, all in favor? Number 22, request for the following to attend Wilderness First Aid in Meridian. I'd like to go to that, May 14th through the 16th. Is there a motion? Is there a second? All in favor? Now that, Alderman Brixton, that looks like something you would go to. Oh, well, and it actually had the names listed out there as well, on the next page of this monster meeting Melissa has for us. Number 23, request Drew Craft to attend Boat Op Refresher in Gulfport, 21st and the 22nd with that awesome cost. Is there a second? All in favor? What do they, Chief, where do they stay at? What's zero? Oh, it goes back and forth? Oh, okay, cool. 24, request Casey Johnson to attend Fire Officer 2 final at the State Academy on June 28th. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Request for Carter Hinton to attend Basic Firefighter 1001-1-11 at State Fire Academy June 2nd. Total cost $935.
Motion.
Motion is second. All in favor? Request for Casey Wally to attend Command College in Oxford, Mississippi, July 14th to the 19th. Total cost $1,240.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is that budgeted?
Yes,
I think I got to slide one of those in every once in a while.
yes.
It almost feels like an October meeting, doesn't it?
No.
You get to October, the new budget, and number 27, request for Matthew Hyatt. Uh-oh, this is serious biz here. To attend Mississippi Association of Chiefs of Police Conference in Biloxi. Don't be doing nothing bad, June 18th to the 21st. Don't. Is there a second? All in favor? Number 28, request for Cody West to attend Mississippi, what is that?
MSTAT.
MSTAT, is what y'all call it? Okay, MSTAT at the State Fire Academy. That looked weird to me. Total cost $20. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Okay, we've already taken care of 29. Number 30, request to adopt an order adjusting pay scale for second, third, and
No,
fourth.
we omitted that. I'm sorry.
Oh, we've already
Yeah,
done that.
remember I sent that in the thing. We omitted it. It was done last time.
Number 31.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I mean, you sent out like
I know.
five agendas. We get home and we have to have a special meeting later this
Oh,
week
how I
because we
did
had the
that.
wrong meeting. That's on Melissa. Okay.
I could just say no additions to everybody.
That would not be good.
You don't do that to the alderman. That's
Yeah,
for the-
well,
that's for department heads. isn't
Some
it?
of them get them too.
You can get rough with them. Request an order or to adopt an order appointing Marion Sims as fire chief effective May 11th. Is there a motion? Is there a second? All in favor? Any opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll do a swearing in at another point. We did not want to step on your exit, chief, and appreciate what you've done for us. And I know we've got a few moments that we're going to be able to hug your neck here in a little bit. Good deal, thanks. Number 32, request to adopt an ordinance 2014-132-A10, adding a fee for sewer disconnect. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Want to?
Well, like,
That's actually forward.
yeah,
good
this is
stuff.
the first, it gives us the vehicle to address our situation with not paying sewer customers in areas of the city that are not provided, they're not used on city water. So there's no way for us to go down and actually charge a fee or pay our guys to dig down and shut one off. So this, again, it's a vehicle. Hopefully we never have to use it. Again, the idea is to get people on, like we did recently, get people on and paying. And then, but when people use services that are not paying for them, there has to be some, there has to be an impact. And so this allows us to put something, if we can formally charge somebody a bill. Again, we don't want to, but if you work yourselves into a situation where we have to turn your water super off.
I will add that I appreciate Alderman Brixton's work on this. Obviously, EI and Alderman Lott live in the territory, so we get stares from everybody up here about. Obviously, we're just trying to be very efficient about how we collect, and there's no perfect solution. It's frustrating to talk about, but hey, we're dealing with people, we're dealing with money. That's usually not, but I appreciate the forward thinking of that, because as we grow, we want to. We're probably not going to solve the problem, but we want to get better at it. So just get a little better every day. But anyway, the next two things are in line with that as well. We've got a motion, got a second on 32. All in favor? Do you want to add something?
No, I think we dug a hole.
Were you going to talk bad about us three or something?
We dug a hole in front of your house, you still got out.
And Paula and them tried to keep me from getting out for several days, but I finally was able to get out. Number 33, request to review ordinance amending section 510.00 of the subdivision regulations requiring sewer cutoff valves for subdivisions not on city water. I guess we don't really do emotion it, we're just really reviewing
Yeah,
it.
they can take it under
And you pass
review.
that out
Yeah.
to us,
Yeah,
right?
and that's why I gave you a sheet, but also again, it's basically phase two
Yeah, they can
of
do a
making sure
motion.
we have a way path forward. Again, these next two portions within our ordinance, different sections, because one has to deal with like a subdivision, because we have subdivision rules. So one aspect of ordinance deals with when we have new subdivision developments, if we have them, then before we accept a sewer line, because again, the subdivision builder puts those in for us, and then we accept them after our city engineer goes through and inspects them. And again, this will require a sewer cutoff for subdivisions that have, they get water from a non-city water source, either Barrontown or Sunrise. So again, that's what this is, the 5 to 10. And then the other one is, again, if you build a new house, again, in one of those areas that are not supported by city water, again, not necessarily in a subdivision, but because there's parcels out there that still can be a house put on, that would you fall underneath that aspect. Again, it's building codes in the city are difficult and not always easy to distinguish, but I appreciate that's why we have a building department and teams that go through. But these two allow this to vehicles and the Friday to be forward thinking we talked about. So when our successors don't have to worry about how do you get people to pay their bills.
And really this closes the loop on what we just passed, right?
Yeah.
And when we get done with this, we'll have it all done.
Yeah, these three aspects will hopefully tie it up, and then, like I said, gives the vehicle and the means. And when builders and developers build a house, they do it right for us. And that's all those two are. And then, so if you have any questions over the next couple weeks,
And so I would say we take these under advisement.
That's right.
We're gonna-
so next-
Yeah,
next
but
time.
we can
Okay,
do
so
a
they'll-
motion and stuff.
Well, it'll show, okay,
To
a
review
motion
it.
on 33 and 34. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, I guess for us to,
Review them.
okay.
So for the executive session?
Yeah, I do need to see an executive session. I thought I had something in the mayor's report that I was going to say that I could say publicly. But I'd be darned if I know what it is. Anyway, a lot of moving parts. We back into this month, you will see us open the bids for the paving job. It'll be a big number. So obviously we've got Melissa prepared if we need to throw some other monies in there. I think we have had, I don't want to speak before the rubber meets the road, but I think we've had a successful representation of the city of Petal in the legislature. Tough session for those guys. You do kind of chuckle because before you get into office, you always in your mind think of what it's going to be like. And then those guys, some of those people were that was their first session. They're like, man, I can't handle 3 more like this. So anyway, that's a tough job up there. And I know politicians get kicked around and we probably deserve it 99% of the time, especially some politicians. But anyway, I do appreciate the folks, all the moving parts, Representative Byrd, senators. And I will say Senator Robin Robinson is speaking at Chamber tomorrow. And I believe she will be giving us a proclamation during that time as being 50 years old. That was passed up there at the legislature. So just FYI, if everybody can make that. But anything the alderman want to add? Valerie, anything to add? After 3 pages, it's like, just let's go. At 7 o'clock, I'm going to go eat some of Chief's cake here in a few minutes. And I will send out something to the alderman to let us know when we're going to do something for Mr. Sims. So awesome. Appreciate y'all. I would like to seek a motion to see the need for an executive session.
Motion.
There's a second. All in favor? This should be very quick. Do not eat the cake until I get there.
Well, don't eat all of it.
Don't eat all the cake until I get there.
What are we gonna enter executive session for?
Real estate.
Real estate development. So people don't know what we're thinking about.